Hey everybody, how you doing? My name's Barry. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go try to find Cromwell Dixon. All right, it's pretty nice out today. Supposed to be in the high 40s, and we'll just walk around here a little bit. Let me tell you, if you've never heard of Cromwell Dixon, he was one of the youngest aviators. As a matter of fact, at the time, he was the youngest aviator in the United States. I think the Aero Club, he was like number 43. We're talking about like 1909, 1910. Just about 6 or 7 years after the Wright brothers' first flight. So, I mean, this is pretty early on. But anyways, Cromwell, he was raised in San Francisco, and or he was born in San Francisco, and his father died, and his mother moved him and his sister back to Columbus, Ohio, and that's where I'm at. I'm over here at Green Lawn Cemetery again. I love this cemetery. I mean, it's a fairly nice cemetery, and as you can see today, it's very quiet. But anyways, at the very young age of like 10, he started inventing stuff, and he made a roller coaster for all the kids in the neighborhood. And he also was reported to have taken bike parts out of a motorcycle back then and pieced them together and created his own motorcycle, which is pretty awesome. By 1907, that's when he did that. By about 1909, he'd been going to the fair, and he saw this guy with a dirigible. And a dirigible, if you don't know, is like a big blimp, like Led Zeppelin's, the Hindenburg blimp. His mother she took in sewing to earn money and boarders. So I was wondering if she didn't help him sew this dirigible together, but he actually created his own hydrogen gas, made it himself. I mean, that's a pretty good accomplishment for a 17-year-old kid. I wouldn't even know how to make my own hydrogen gas, but he did. And I think that dirigible had like a varnish over it. But anyways, he took that thing and sold it all around Columbus. Went up to, we had a fair, like a theme park at the time up in Olentangy. He would fly that thing around, and they called it a sky cycle. And before I forget, there's even a children's book called Cromwell Dixon and His Sky Cycle. It's a kid's book if you look it up. So this guy's got I'm gonna step over these. I don't know which way these graves go, but I try not to step on them. But he's got a children's book named after him. Yeah, Cromwell Dixon and His Sky Cycle. Anyways, he flew that thing around all over the place. He even went to St. Louis, I think, 1909, 1910, and won a flying contest at the time, which it just blows my mind. But he wanted to fly. There was a pilot for the Curtis Airplane Company, got sick, and he took over as a pilot for them, and started flying their biplane. And there's pictures of it. I'll show it to you. 1911, he goes out to Helena, Montana, and there's been several attempts to cross the Continental Divide, but a lot of guys died trying it, and he wanted to do it. And they said the only way you're going to do it is if we raise a purse for you of $10,000. So they did. And he took his biplane, flew it from there clear across to the other side of the Continental Divide, became the first person to ever cross the Continental Divide in an airplane, and landed it on the other side. And I think I even read where he went to a telegraph office, telegraphed them back on the other side that he'd made the trip, and then flew back. And that was, like I said, that was like September 1911. Then just a couple days later, he goes over to Washington, the state of Washington, their state fair, and he's flying his plane up. They said he was up about 100 feet, and the wind came and caught the plane wrong, and it sent him into a nosedive, and he went right towards the ground. And people say that they heard him say, "Here we go," and that was it. He hit the ground, and the engine, you can see from these photos, the engine had landed on him and it just basically crushed him. But yeah, he became the youngest aviator in the US at the time. There's younger now that have taken, but he was one of the first. And so I think he should be one to be remembered for his accomplishments, being one of the youngest. I mean, at 19 years old, he was doing things that I would never do. And the accomplishments that he did is just amazing. Yeah, so he's something, you know, just like I said, being able to create your own hydrogen is something. How many 17-year-olds can create their own hydrogen? So anyways, I thought I would come out here today. As you can see, there's been nobody out here, and I'm glad to be able to come out here and remember him today. And his grave is right up here. I'm going to try to do more. This fascinates me here, this woodsman of the world. That just fascinates me every time I see these headstones with the woodsman of the world. But let's get right up here. If you ever come out here, this is section 68, lot 150, and you can see I've already been over here. This is his stone, Cromwell Dixon, 1892 to 1911. Yeah, he actually died October 2nd, 1911. World's youngest aviator, loved by all. Then, like I said, right over here is his mother, Anna Dixon. She died just a couple years later, 1913. And I believe right over here is his sister. So, yeah, thanks for joining me. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. I am going to try to do at least one of these a week here, even in the winter time. And you know, if you guys start enjoying it, I'm going to try to do more. So until I see you, remember, life is short, so make it happen.